All right, you're tuned into the R24 podcast. I'm your host with the most, DJ S.300, aka Shannon Howard. And tonight we have a special guest, my homegirl from Glenville, Georgia, GVGA Stand Up, Miss Corretta Monts. How are you, Corretta?
I am fantastic, and I love that intro. You got me smiling all over the place.
Well, you got a lot of people smiling all over Facebook with all your posts, with your flab to fab, and all of the good stuff you have going on with your Omni Nutrition products there. I just want to say salute to you and congratulations on all you have going on, because that's motivating me, and I love to see people motivating others.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good deal. So if you could, tell the people about yourself a little bit.
So just to tell you about me real quick, I am Corretta Monts, and I am from Glenville, Georgia, but now I live in Chester, Virginia for now 25 years. And I am a police officer in Richmond, Virginia. I came across this program, Nutrition, and I have since actually started my own business with the company, and that's because I lost 130 pounds. So I actually went from a size 22, now I'm currently a size 6. And I decided to go into the business. I make about $5,000 a month, and that's just doing that part-time.
Wow.
Yes, and I just want $5,000 a month. I just want a cash bonus of $8,500 because I love sharing my testimony. I love helping people, and this has just really been life changing. Not just for me physically, but financially for my family as well.
Wow, you lost 130 pounds. You went from a size 22 to size 6. And you're making $5,000 a month working part-time. Now, that $5,000, is that American dollars or Bitcoin?
I'm talking U.S. currency.
Hey, y'all hear that, right?
Yes.
Those pesos, she's talking about U.S. currency, not the peso, not the Bitcoin. But she's talking about Benjamin Franklin, all the dead presidents,
Yes.
5,000 part-time is a lot of money.
Yes.
And she's an officer, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys heard her, but she went from 130 pounds to what size are you now?
I am a size 6. So I actually started at 290 pounds, almost at 300 pounds.
Oh,
so now I am weighing 160 pounds, and I am a size 6. It's just absolutely, it has been life changing. When I was almost 300 pounds, I had high blood pressure, I had diabetes, and I had high cholesterol. Since I lost all that weight, actually after I lost my first 75 pounds, my doctor was able to take me off of everything. So I have been off all that, and all my blood work and my levels as far as my blood pressure, everything is normal. And that's because I've learned how to eat and to eat sensibly and just to be in a better place health-wise. So it has really been life-changing for me.
Wow, you've literally become a new person. You became a new person, then you become a new person again. And you're living proof that health is wealth and movement is medicine. A lot of people don't understand if you get out and get the movement in your body was made to heal itself. But just like cars, we got to have that maintenance to go along with it and keep it moving, keep it clean. I mean, we're not going to be brand new, but however, over time, if you take care of your body and have that maintenance, we can become classics. As you can see, a lot of the older model cars that were favorites back in the day. They were renovated. Now they're refurbished, and people are paying millions of dollars at auctions. We got to treat our bodies the same way. I tell a lot of people, we take care of everything but our bodies. We'll wash our clothes, wash our cars, put gas in our cars, but we want to put the right food in our bodies or have movement in our bodies. So, Greta, I just salute you for everything you're doing with this. I mean, $5,000 a month, part time. Woo!
Yes.
Man, you need an assistant. You need a reception. You need security.
I'm always looking for new team members. But the thing about it is, as I said, I am a police officer. So I've been a police officer for 23 years, and so I am very close now. I have less than 2 years until I retire. And one of the biggest things, that got me, focused on my health was that I had 3 of my coworkers to pass away because of health issues, and they were my age at the time. I'm 48 now, but I was, 45 years old, and they were around the same age. One died from a heart attack, one died stroke, one had diabetes and went into a diabetic coma. So all those things, really hit home for me. And I was like, I got to get myself together. I did not, and, I get it. We all got to walk down the road of death, but I could not let death be my result because I could not stop eating. And so I had to figure out what was going on in my own head and why I allowed myself to get to that point, 290 pounds, because I was absolutely miserable. I did not like what I saw in the mirror. I felt terrible. I was always tired. And so those things happening, that became my why, because I did not want, to be honest, that I did not want my husband to bury me and then go out and find him a new little wife that could live in my house and drive my cars and take care of my children because I couldn't get myself together. So my why became the most profound thing in my life about me getting my life together. And so the rest is history now, because 130 pounds later, I am in perfect health. I feel absolutely outstanding, and I'm helping other people change their lives too.
Wow, 130 pounds. You literally lost another person.
Yes.
130 pounds. Wow,
it's funny that you should say that. Back July 4th, I met with a client, and her daughter, she's a sophomore in college. She's 130 pounds, and so we stood next to each other and took a picture. I'm like, this is who I lost. Wow. 130 pounds. Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how that is. It's just like another person getting on your back. That's 130 pounds. Now try to go get in your car with a person on your back, get out your car, get in the bed, get out the bed, go upstairs, come downstairs, all of that good stuff. Man, that is amazing. Once again, we have Corretta Monts on the line, and she's with Omni Nutrition, Lab to Fab. You can be reached at 804-938-1919. You can also contact her on Facebook. And do you have any other social media handles?
I'm actually on Instagram as well, so Corretta Monts, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
Good deal. Now, there's a lot of myths out there, and I'm sure you get a lot of questions and about your product, and people think it happens overnight. And as I try to explain through my platform, you didn't put it on overnight, so there's no way you're going to take it off overnight. So you have to have patience with the process. Trust the process. If you don't trust your process, then you're going to start over, and end up in the same place. Now, what are some of the myths that you've had to break with some of your clients or people that has approached you, or things that you've seen?
Well, you're absolutely right. People get very frustrated with that I just can't take it all off tonight. Well, you did not gain it just tonight. It took a long period of time, but the key to it is consistency. And the key is also making up in your mind why you are doing what you're doing. And your why has to be so profound. And again, I had one client who recently told me, she's like, I just want to be sexy to my husband. And that's all good. That's a nice little reason, but it can't be the why, because the moment that you and your husband are now mad with each other, then your why is out the door. And so now it's not important anymore. So it has to be something so profound They're wide. Whether it's health. I have one client right now who has lost her sight because of diabetes, and her actual physician tells you have to lose some weight, and it's a possibility that she may regain her sight if she loses the weight. So initially she was like, she was just going to do the gastric, and then she heard about me, and she has since decided to do my program, and she has now lost about 15 pounds, and she's headed towards her goal. But her why, that's so profound. I have another one that she has to lose 45 pounds to be able to give her brother a kidney. It has to be so important, that when you are faced with the cookies and the cakes that everybody else is eating, that why becomes still important. And I always tell people, especially right now, we're getting, into the holidays, and there are going to be so many things going on at jobs, and people bringing platters and stuff. You have to remember why you're doing this, and you have to just be able to get to a place that you just say no and resist it, because that's the whole thing. Is being obese is just being in a place where we were out of self-control. And so we have to get to a place where we are controlling what comes in our mouth, because a cookie can't force its way in our mouth. We have to put it in it. We have to actually perform the action of putting it in our mouth.
Exactly.
And so, it just doesn't happen. So we have to figure out what's in our head. Why do we commit suicide to our program? Right? It's because, we have to get into the head and the heart of why these things are happening. Because it's not just because I just want to eat, because people eat when they're happy, they eat when they're sad, they just eat. You know what I'm saying? So you have to figure out, why am I eating this? You know what I'm saying? I have people on my job as a police officer, you always get the concept of the donut eating cops. Well, it's sometimes true. They bring donuts in, and they bring all kind of pastries in. And so then the police officers, because we are in a sedentary job, that's where all the weight comes from, right?
Right.
So when in my office space, they say, well, Sarge, you want to have a donut? No, I don't want to have a donut, because see, what they eat don't make me fat. And that's the whole thing I had to learn for myself. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a social thing, can be social without you contributing with putting food in your mouth.
Exactly.
If it's really about a family event, if it's really about sharing and caring, then all you got to do is get your bottle of water and sit there and care and share with your family, because you love them, not because of the food, but because of the relationship. So we can't make food the center of everything. And unfortunately, that's the problem in most of our lives, is that the food becomes the center, and it can't be.
I tell a lot of people, I eat for survival, not for enjoyment.
Absolutely. That is the key right there. You eat to live, you don't live to eat. And that's exactly. Once you get that concept, and you eat like you just said, for survival. My 13-year-old, because I have changed the way that I eat, he has now, well, actually he's 14, but he has become a pescatarian. He doesn't eat any beef. He doesn't eat any chicken. He only eats fish and shellfish. And but that's because I have changed the way that I eat, so that he said, I'm just not going to eat it. And he has not. December of last year, he made a decision, I'm never eating meat again.
Wow.
And he has not.
That is awesome, man. I see so many obese kids, and I'm like, man, there is no excuse for that, because those kids don't have jobs. They don't have license to drive to get the food that they're eating. It's led by example, and you're setting a perfect example for your son with your habits. Mm-hmm. Motivation gets you started, but it's your habits that keep you going. And what you do is develop habits that become a lifestyle. So
Absolutely.
very good stuff. I mean, I just want to thank you for joining the podcast. And as for many of you that are going to listen into this podcast, we have a Give Well, Live Well event coming up in Glenville, Georgia, December 22nd of next month at Anytime Fitness. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's a charity event where we're giving away toys, having food, health screenings, fitness activities, line dancing, and just fellowshipping with the community, coming back and letting the kids know that you don't have to be trapped there the rest of your life. You can be from a small town but live a big life. And a lot of us have grown up to be great professionals, such as Corretta herself. She's one of the sponsors that has already given in, and we want to thank you for that. And keep up the good work with the Flab to Fab. I mean, $5,000 a month. I know it's not all about the money and it's about changing lives, but if I can get paid to change lives, sign me.
How about that? Yes.
So go ahead and tell the people how they can reach out to you, be a part of the program, and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Please, if you are interested in improving your health or your wealth, call me at 804-938-1919, or you can reach me by Facebook or Instagram, Corretta Monts, and I will be glad to help. I'm very responsive to messages, so please do contact me, and I will be that source to get you where you need to be. Thank you.
There you have it, Miss Corretta Monts. And before we go, I have a little game I like to play, and we're going to call it From Flab to Fab in 30 seconds. And what you have to do is name out all healthy foods that you would recommend for people to eat in 30 seconds without saying You can pause, but you can't say You got it? You with it? I'll give you a chance to catch your breath, get your thoughts together, and then we're gonna roll with it from Flab to Fab in 30 seconds. All health foods that's gonna be suggested by Miss Corretta Monts, my homegirl from GVA. Stand up, and here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Beef, steak, sirloin, filet mignon, 97% lean ground beef, chicken breast only, white fish, flounder, sole, cod, tilapia, sea bass, crab, apples, oranges, strawberries, grapefruit, spinach, beet greens, lettuce of any kind, tomatoes, celery, fennel, onions of any kind, red radishes, Vietcong radishes, cucumbers, asparagus, cabbage.
And we're done. That's right. She did it. She did it from Flab to Fab in 30 seconds. No arms in the building. So
love it.
When you pick up those donuts, that cake, those sweets, no arms in the building, put it down.
That's right.
So once again, I want to thank Miss Corretta for calling in to the R24 podcast, where we're motivating everyone to live legendary and leave a legacy. Any parting shots, anyone you want to call out, or anything you want to say before we go?
Just to my peeps in Glenville, Georgia, make sure that you just live a healthy life. You know, I did not actually ever eat a canned food until I went to college because we grew our own. And that's the things that I'm going back to right now. Gardens and healthy eating, because that's really how we were raised. So a lot of good things come from Glenville, Georgia.
Yes, sir. A lot of good things come from Glenville, Georgia. We're living proof you can get anywhere from there. Small town, big life. GVGA.
Absolutely.
Stand up. Run24 S.300. I'm out. Peace.
This Run24 podcast is brought to you by From Flab to Fab with special guests Corretta Monts.
I'm no quitter, 'cause I'ma go get